Welcome, audio fans. It's time for another episode of the podcast, presented by j&j Production Studios, your home for entertainment with your favorite shows available every week. And now, it's time to begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, what's up there, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the What's Up Bro podcast show. Tonight, though, it's the What's Up Bro review show. We're going to have something fun that we're going to do with you tonight. Sam Crow here with Taskmaster Bill, and we have something kind of fun. We're going to have a little I guess you could kind of say a game of sorts, just because we want to see if we have fun with this. And again, you guys can actively participate if you'd like, if you want to comment during it. Or be sure to submit your own. If you see this episode, whether it's live or later on, let us know yours. But we are going to try and see if we can tonight. Let me get I forget I have sound effects for this, and I really got to get better at timing with this. We are going to see if we can give off our top 10 favorite movies of all time. That's right, of all time. Maybe up to 1, 2, 5. We're going to try. We're going to see if we can compile this list.
I honestly think I can do probably about 8 off the top of my head.
Perfect, and then just pull the rest out of the butt of your butt crack.
I was going to say out of another orifice.
Yeah. Oh, I don't mind saying that. We get allowed 1 or 2 words here and there. We can sprinkle that in. It's like pepper seasoning. But we're gonna see if we can do that. Now, the rules though are very simple. It's favorite movies. Really, the only thing I think, unless I'm missing one, is it can't be any franchises. It has to be a singular film. That was one thing that I know we talked about. That. Are there any other off-limit things or things that we got to consider when doing this list?
It would have to be one that is accessible. So,
okay.
Like I know lots of obscure movies or European movies with subtitles, and
we're not talking about porn, though. We're not.
No. The amount of horror movies I've seen that aren't in English are probably as many as they are in English.
Yeah, I'm sure you've seen like the really weird ones from like Uganda and Swahili, the places we never think about, like the places of Czechoslovakia.
There is a lot of horror movies from France, from Italy, from Spain, from Japan, from Tokyo, and some of them are very well known and easily found, but some of them are not.
Oh, I'm sure you have found the key secret. So I very much so do not doubt that you have.
I know some pretty sketchy websites I've had to use to watch
movies. I'm sure you do. I think the trade-off's going to be, as much as you're going to love the great movies, you're also probably going to have to debug your computer.
I am picking movies that anybody can go out and rent. I don't know, on video on demand, or find them on streaming on Tubi or Shudder or Netflix, or even YouTube. Yeah, take your pick. Or people might own them. I mean, some of them people might actually have the DVD.
Let me see. I'm just trying to make a makeshift. I can make a makeshift. I probably should just do it this way. Makeshift.
Well, I don't have a sheet of paper, so I'll be going off the top of my head.
I'm doing it too, but I have a pretty good list. I can pull it together because I pretty much recall a lot of the great movies that I've seen. The hard ones are going to be, there are probably some I'm going to have to isolate from like trilogies and such and series.
So I'm gonna leave the task to you to write my list down as I go.
To write it down?
Yeah, just to write it down.
All right, let me get a piece of paper. Hold on.
Because I can go downstairs and get mine if you want, but that would
I can. Yeah, let me just. Okay. I gotta reshift a couple things.
That will singularly leave you with the audience for a moment while I go get one.
Yeah, no. I can. I'll just rip a piece of paper out. Hold on. I just have to.
I almost always have a pad beside me, and I got pens beside me. But I recorded a segment of MMSS, music, movie, sports, and stuff, for all those who want to check it out. And my notepad is downstairs in my recording studio.
Yeah.
Anybody who likes, let me give you a teaser, ladies and gentlemen. If you like music from the 1950s, you're going to love this episode. Now, a lot of you are saying 1950s, Bill. That is way too old. Yeah,
yes, he is.
You see how many artists of today, or even of your parents' generation, were directly or indirectly affected by the early rock and rollers, country, and soul singers. So that's what I'm going to be talking about. And I'm not talking obscure. These are very well known, very recognizable. It was songs you could probably sing that you don't even realize.
Yeah, I'm sure you probably were singing in your underwear a little bit too when you were doing that. So
I was not in my underwear. I had a pair of jeans on.
oh, I was gonna say that's naked is not much better. So yeah.
And I was actually had to put a little extra clothing on because it's hot outside. Well, not hot. It would be in American. It would be about 80 degrees.
Bow, chicka, bow, bow.
But in my basement,
whoa,
freezing. So
hey now, let's take a trip to the basement then. Sure, why not?
You really want to see me in my?
No.
Mm-hmm.
I have enough trouble some nights sleeping as it is, so I really don't need any more. I have a hard time fighting the urge not to dream about Mr. Burns. I really don't need.
I was telling friends today that if you have trouble sleeping, NyQuil is your friend.
See, I'm not. Okay, I gotta back this up a little bit. I'm not opposed. Oh, shoot. There we go. Oh, that works. I'm hooked on my camera though. I'm not opposed to that per se. It's just self-medicating is
you can only use it occasionally because
that's what she said. But
because I don't particularly care for how you feel the next morning. Like you're not hungover or anything like that, but it's you got kind of this delayed feeling after you've taken it.
Yeah.
And when you're sick, you don't care. But if you're trying to get to work,
that's the thing. That's a whole different. I'm just trying to adjust myself. I gotta get this set up so I can write this down as we do this.
You're trying to adjust yourself. Now you're the one talking about your underwear.
No, I do that enough times in the day. Actually, I'm pretty comfortable right now. So, but if we're gonna go that route, there have been moments.
I saw a funny video, and it was just on YouTube, so it wasn't too bad. And the video was entitled "Man Sits on His Own Balls."
That's not fun. If you've ever done that,
it was a picture of a video of a guy on a stage. I can't recall what he was on stage for, but he was sitting in his chair and he moved his legs, and it was very obvious what he had done. And you can see the look on his face.
Yeah, I can imagine. We've all been there at some time.
It's not quite Franks and Beans, but it'd be painful.
Let's see. Sorry, I'm multitasking here. That's another message from said person I mentioned talking to earlier. Let's see.
Okay.
I need a pen. Let me grab. Actually, what the heck? All right. So this is. Actually, I gotta turn the light on. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Well, hello, Mr. Soul. Got down to give me a raise.
Okay. That way I have backlighting so I can actually see. All right. So this is. Of course, this pen's not going to work.
Do we have any fans of Buffalo Springfield online?
Maybe.
Stop, children. What's that sound? Everybody look what's coming down. What's going round? What's going round?
Just in case anybody's interested, if you ever have any complaints about Bill's musical and movie or Tourette's, you can email the HR department for that. We can talk later.
Send them directly to Jace. gmail.com.
There you go. All right, so let's see.
That's a way to involve our other member.
There you go.
Listener and HR complaints.
You can have hate mail. You can do all that kind of stuff.
Maybe there's somebody out there that says, while he's not on pitch very well, he is amusing.
Yeah.
So I could be getting the crowd of people that like listening to cats wail at 3 a.m.
Sure, that's always a possibility, I guess. All right, so I have this up. Let's see. I'm gonna hit us and let us do this in style. What's a good? I'm gonna use something.
So you want to start at number 10?
Oh, you want to go
backwards?
Is there an order, or do you just want to kind of put them out? I don't know if you have an order.
We can go back and forth. 10, 9, 8. All
right, yeah, we can do that. So then here we have it. That's the wrong sound. Top 10. favorite movies of all time. I'll let you go first. All right, so your number 10. This doesn't have to be a particular order. It's just ones we're pulling out of our.
This is 10, and to be very apparent to the audience, I had forgotten that was the topic for today. So I'm literally going off the top of my head.
Cool.
But those movies that hit the top 10, top 20, top 25 are movies that you go back to, you smile about when you think about watching them. They're comfort movies. I tend to like movies that are a little quirky but well acted, and that's
give you a happy ending. They give you no.
This is not an Asian film.
Well, okay. Anyway, top 10. Your number 10.
10. I will go with Fletch.
Okay.
Fletch to me is one of those films that I have a good friend of mine, Dave Kuzma, who we can go out for dinner and we can recite lines from that film to each other, and our wives have to tell us to shut up.
Oh, there you go.
It is a comedy film starring Chevy Chase. I'm going to say about 1985, 86, that kind of.
We'll see if he's right.
And it's about a man who is a newspaper journalist, and he's trying to figure out the drug trade.
Nice.
Down off the beaches.
Nice. 1985. Yep.
1985. And he goes in different disguises as an investigative journalist would to try to find the source of the drug running. And he gets himself into some funny predicaments. There's a scene with him on the highway taking over a car, getting chased by the state troopers, and he ends up in a police conference at the hotel that is just hilarious.
There you go.
And there's a scene where he's at a tennis club and he charges the bill of an expensive lunch to somebody else who's there. It is a good film. He's got hair that's like this. At one point, because he loves the Lakers, and he's 6'3", 6'9" with hair or whatever it is. I can't remember what it is.
There you go.
It is a fun film. So if you've never seen Fletch, check it out.
All right, let's see. For me, 10. Again, it's in no particular order. I'm trying to think. I'm going to start off one of the horror films that I would like, and I'm trying to think ones I watch typically. Let me see.
What horror movie makes the hairs on the back of your neck stick up?
None really. Well, obviously Silent Hill. I wouldn't count that as a favorite. When I had to turn it off, it just kind of freaked me out. But ones that I really enjoy as a top 10, I'm just trying to go through the ones I typically watch. Because I usually watch the same pattern every year for the most part. You know what? I'm going to put it on there because it is a cult classic for that one, and I don't always watch it a lot, but I do enjoy it when I do watch it. And that is it's not The Night of the Living Dead is the original one. It's Return of the Living Dead. That's the 1980, I think it's 85, 84.
Linnea Quigley doing a dance on the cemetery.
Yeah.
That you're not going to soon forget.
No, let me just make sure. I think it's 1984, but I want to see.
It would be in that range, 84, 85, 86.
I'm going to Google it just so we're accurate. The Living. There we go. The first one, though. Not that the other ones aren't bad. Oh, it's actually also 1985. There you go.
Okay. Part 2 isn't bad. I don't know. Did they make a third one? I can't remember.
There's a third one. That one's kind of an interesting take, but
the first one with James Karen and Linnea Quigley and I forget what they call the zombie guy. There's a name for him.
The Tarman.
Tarman. That's it. Tarman. Interesting film. It's a fun film.
The only thing is you get corny about it, like I said, and we talked about this the other day, but my only issue is watching more zombie flicks now is it's entertaining, it's goofy, it's a cult classic. It's just if you want to nitpick, and my only nitpick is when you have zombies that are supposed to be decaying undead, rotting corpses, this and that they're able to chew through the human skull. It's like trying to chew through a jawbreaker. It doesn't seem anatomically possible, as opposed to if you're going after flesh, which we see the newer, more zombie films of. It's more flesh eating than brains, because obviously
you are breaking the cardinal rule of watching horror movies,
which is
looking for logic.
Well,
there is no logic.
But okay, if you're gonna go that route, yes, for undead to be walking around, there's no logic. But I'm one of those, if I want it to be scary, and if you think about it, this is why also George A. Romero, who is the godfather of zombie films, he doesn't like before he died, he was not big on the Walking Dead series when it started. I respectfully disagree with him, just because most of your cult films do not make sense for the fact of the brain factor. If you would have gone to flesh, because it's the easiest thing to grab a hold of, that would make more sense. And if we're going to nitpick, and again, I like Night of the Living Dead too, the original one. I've seen the 1960, and I think there's 1960, 1995, and they did a third one.
It wasn't 1960. It would have been
54, 55.
67.
Well, let's go to our type. Let's see.
68 of that vintage would have been Night of the Living Dead.
Let's find out. You're probably right. I just black and white. I'm at that point of
1960 would be like Psycho.
1968. Yes, you're correct. Okay,
yeah.
My error. But again, if you're gonna go for the flesh eating part, it's a lot of the newer films from like the 80s, 90s, and 90s and 2000s up till now. It makes a little bit more sense. But as far as entertainment value is, again, there's some humor to it. It is fun.
Yeah. It really follows the Roger Corman mantra of the 3 B's.
Yeah.
Blood, beasts, and boobs. And
that's what you really can't go wrong there. So that's definitely one I like to go on when I want a mixture of, I want scary, but I also want a little bit of comedy thrown in. So that's kind of like my go-to horror / comedy film, where I can kind of have a mixture of both. So yeah, there you go. That's mine. That's for Timber. That's one off the top of my head. Okay, number 9s. Let's see. What do you got?
I'll pick a. As I said, this is not hard and fast. It kind of depends on the day. At number 9, I will go with a horror film.
I'm sorry, would you say it was not what?
It's not. It's off the top of my head. I don't know.
No, it's not. You said it's not hard and fast, especially if you don't take your Viagra. But go ahead. Sorry.
I will go at number 9 with a movie called. What is the one? Theater of Blood.
Oh, okay.
Vincent Price.
Classic.
I'm going to say 71, 72. And it's about.
Check the scorecard.
It's about an actor who was a Shakespearean actor in London. And in England, or maybe it's specific to the London scene.
1973.
Oh, 73. I was a year off. They have an award ceremony for the best actor in town, similar to the Tonys. And it's a committee of, I don't know how many there are, 7 or 8 people that vote on it.
Mm-hmm.
And he never wins the award. Every year he usually gets nominated, or he gets
that's right. Yep.
And he does not win. And so I want to tread lightly here because I want people to watch. Suffice to say, he exacts revenge on those that don't vote for him and are on the committee.
Bum, bum, bum.
And there's for 1973, there's a good chunk of blood, but it's not, Friday the 13th blood, obviously.
Right.
But there's a sense of humor to it. Vincent Price has said it was the most fun he's ever been on a movie set.
Yeah.
And it's there's a scene where Vincent Price pretends to be a hairdresser. And he's wearing the big wig and like the disco shirt, and he's talking kind of what they'd call him now, metrosexual.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it is funny. So anybody out there, look up Theater of Blood.
There you go. Now 9. Now for me, number 9, I'm gonna stay another one in the horror genre just because I think it's fun. This one is another cult classic. I love this one. I'm sure Bill has probably seen it at some point or you're familiar with it. Not the new 2005 version, but I think it's. Let me see. I'm gonna look it up first before I dazzle you with the title. This is another usually a go-to. I like to go. It gives the element of horror, but yeah, I like the storytelling. 1980. Okay. And that would be John Carpenter's The Fog.
Oh, The Fog. Okay.
Yep.
I thought you were maybe going Evil Dead.
You know what? I never really got big. I'm nothing against those. It weren't really my favorite trend, but I love, for me, as sort of, and again, I'm getting sort of into the acting kind of realm again, and producing and directing stuff. I love John Carpenter works, and there's a lot of great stuff, especially when he does his, and obviously for me doing music, the composing too.
Yep.
So this type of film has a little bit of everything from the composition, the music. That obviously, I'll say this, anybody can probably agree, and Bill, as being a horror fan, you could probably agree too, is what's the one thing that makes a great movie? It's the music. It changes the dynamics. It changes the tone from good to scary. Like it sets the, Jaws, for example, that's obviously the monotone with that kind of sets the stage. But with The Fog, the storytelling, I love these old school, these little towns you don't hear about, these curses that are involved. You know, there's so many. I love these old school lore and stuff. And actually, one of my other top on this list as part of a trilogy, I will mention this. I'll explain more in detail. I almost went into this field actually. I think I mentioned this to Taskmaster Bill. See if he remembers when I get to it. But I love the storytelling of it. Very simple, and the thing about it is almost like the Jaws factor, where you don't see a lot of things happen right away. Like you don't really see The Fog is like a monster that you can't see. Like it's the monsters within the fog itself.
It's essentially a campfire tale on film. That's essentially what it is.
Yep. And it's just so unique, and it's like it's still scary. It still gives you that you don't see the blood and the gore like all the time directly, but it's just the mystery and
that opening story being told by John Houseman.
Oh yeah, the old salty sea captain on the beach with the kids.
With that voice, and Adrienne Barbeau as Stevie Wayne
Classic,
over the radio.
Yep.
And Jamie Lee Curtis and Janet Leigh, her mom, is in the film. Tom Atkins is in the film.
Yeah.
Al Holbrook is in the film. You even got Buck Flowers in the film.
Talk about an all-star cat. Yeah, it's. And I want to say it's not a super high-budget film, but just what they were able to do with that just really.
Yeah, a beach and dry ice, you can do a lot.
Yeah. And guys, you just put them in the makeup, the scenes. Like, I think my favorite scene is, again, not to spoil it for anybody, so there might be some spoilers just to precursor anybody, but the finale where I can't think of his last name too. Hal Holbrook's the father.
Holbrook plays the priest.
Yeah, when he's in the end credit scene where he's like, "Why wasn't I taken?" and all of a sudden they reappear in the church, and the whole slashing at the end. Blake comes back with the crew and like, "Yeah, we didn't forget you. We're coming back." But just that jump scare, kind of like the old classics, where it kind of just hits you like you think you're safe and you're not. But yeah, no, it has the element. I love the older style like classic films there, and I know Bill's probably gonna have a couple more going to share on this list.
When you combine the quality of the acting with the soundtrack, with the atmosphere,
and
the other thing that's good about it is some nice thing about a good horror film and any other genre is some of the things you don't see or they're not fully explained. And that sometimes is frustrating, but it's also sometimes creates the atmosphere and your imagination has to start going.
Yep. There you go.
This movie is built on atmosphere. That's what this movie is built on.
There you go. All right, moving into the number. Oh, that was me. Let me write it down. The Fog.
Number 8.
Uh-huh.
I had to sit and think about this, and what kind of popped in my head was one genre. I do like dramas, but one genre of dramas that I can appreciate are sports dramas.
Mm-hmm.
Because if anybody knows me at all, knows I'm a sports head first and foremost. One of my favorite is Bull Durham.
I like that one.
Bull Durham is the story of Crash Davis and Nick LaLoosh,
Mm-hmm.
played by Tim Robbins and Kevin Costner.
Susan
And
Sarandon in there too. Oh, classic.
Susan Sarandon's in there. And it's about a young hotshot pitcher played by Timothy Robbins. And he's like the 21-year-old hot stud, got an arm of incredible velocity, but he needs a little bit of seasoning.
Yeah.
And so they hire Crash Davis, played by Kevin Costner, to kind of guide him.
Yep.
And it's the story of minor league baseball. And what I like about it is, well, the acting's strong, but it also gives you a bit of a sneak peek behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Because the director was actually a minor league ball player.
Mm-hmm.
And so he had the stories. And Susan Sarandon adds a hint of sensuality, but she also adds a sense of sarcasm. And the exchanges between Tim Robbins, because she every year basically takes one as a boyfriend. She beds one player per year.
Yep.
And she
just for spring. I think it's just through spring training, and that's it. Like that's one and done. And then once the season, just to help educate them, I think, as she says.
And then, but secretly, not even secretly, she gets all hot and squishy about Kevin Costner, and he wants nothing to do with her. Not nothing to do with her. He just doesn't want to have a romance. He's there.
He's more of a challenge for her because he's not the normal guys that she chases that hook line, and they come right in. So
but again, there's good music on it. They were playing Otis Redding's "Try a Little Tenderness" on the bus, and Costner had women aren't woolly, women are weary. It's a good movie.
I will say honorable mention. It won't be on this list, but Field of Dreams is one I like. And what's the other one with Costner? I just watched it. I can't think of the name of it. Where what's that guy's name? He pitches for the Tigers. He was there for like almost 20 years. And they're going to sell the team, and he pitches like one final game that goes about his, what's it called? It's going to drive me nuts. I got to look it up.
Look it up.
It's going to drive me.
What's the one? Trouble with the Curve? Is that the one with that's the one? Is that the one with Eastwood?
I think that's the one with Clint Eastwood. Let me see movies and
Eastwood in.
Let's see. Robin Hood was good. Field of Dreams. Dances with Wolves. I gotta watch that. I haven't really watched that. So
Graham Greene is great in that film. I love Graham Greene.
Draft Day was really good. I liked Wyatt Earp. There's Bull Durham.
Draft Day. Oh, what about Waterworld? Is that
Waterworld's a good one too? Yeah, I watched that one.
One of my favorite Kevin Costner films is a film that not a lot of people have seen from his early days.
Oh, here we go.
Fandango.
Yep, I'm familiar with that. Let's see.
I really like Fandango.
Let me see. I gotta look up his filmography. Let's see. Not that. Blah 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 blah.
You said Detroit Tigers. I thought Mark Fidrich or Jack Morris.
No, I don't know if he's a real. I don't know if it's based on a. It's not really a real. Let me see. Oh, here for the love of here it is. Billy Chapel, For the Love of the Game.
For the Love of the Game. I know that I've seen it.
Yeah, that's the one.
There was a time when there was a bunch of them. Like for a while there, baseball was the hot topic to do a movie on.
But that was such a good. I mean, it was Kevin Costner, and I really liked. Oh God, what's her name? She was married to John Travolta. Kelly Preston, phenomenal. Great story. That's another much in there. But actually, we're on number 8. So what was yours again? It was Bull Durham. Let me write that down.
Yeah.
Now mine. Again, I could go all over the place. This is really hard. I could probably do a top 25, but we're just going to top 10 off the top of my head. So another one, I have a couple other 80s classics I'm going to do. I'm going to throw this one in, even though I haven't watched it for a bit. This is not the one I was mentioning earlier. But I'm going to throw this out there because actually I could do 2 here, honestly. Who shucks. You know what? No, I'm going to scratch that. I'm going to go with another one that I like a lot more. I was going to throw Terminator 2 Judgment Day. That is one of my in there somewhere. I could also say Predator. The spot I'm going to throw in here for Arnold, I'm going to do Commando. I'm going to put that in here.
Oh, Commando. That's a young Alyssa Milano.
Yep, 12 years old.
I have actually, remember you asked if I'd done interviews. I have interviewed Vernon Wells.
Really?
the guy that was the baddie in the
Mm-hmm.
film. And is that the one that was Get the Chopper? That's Commando, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the one with Ray Don Chong, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Ray Don Chong, and she's in a parking garage and stuff happens.
Yeah. No, my favorite line in that movie is when one of the bad guys, he goes, "I thought you said you were going to kill me last." I lied.
But the look that Vernon Wells has in that last scene where they're fighting with the steam boilers and all that,
the pipe when he's impaled with the
I won't give it away, but he gets overheated. Let's just say that.
That's one way to put it. Yeah, or the line where he's on the plane, he goes, "Please make sure you don't wake up my friend. He's dead tired."
He's dead tired. I mean, the other movie that Vernon Wells was in was it Mad Max 2, where he's one of the punks.
Yeah,
the punky guys.
Yep. So that's gotta be it's a tough, because again, there's so many like great Arnold films. Like I love Predator and stuff, but I forget about Commando because I do watch that frequently. It's one of my favorite action/adventure, and that's one of my favorite Arnold films. So I kind of throw that in there. So that's kind of a twist for you. So that's my number 8.
Because there was a stretch there from about 83 to about 89 where Arnold was just top of the world.
He was on fire. Yeah, he was putting out like number ones, bang, 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 bang.
I mean, even like The Last Action Hero, or Twins.
Yeah,
like these kind of films were box office bonanzas because they were well acted. They were funny.
It's funny. Was it? Yeah, I watched an interview on YouTube one time. I'm not sure if it was. I think it was Twins actually. He was criticized for doing that film because he said, "I was criticized for doing it because I'm known for my action movies," and that he had to say, I had directors, producers tell me this is it was Kindergarten Cop.
Oh, that's not a tumor.
Yeah. But he's like, I got flack for doing that because they're telling me you're gonna ruin your career because you're known as an action star, you're doing this. He wanted to go into comedy. He's like, I'm trying to change gears because people know me for action, but I want to try to like expand my curriculum with going in different. And he said, I did Twins, which was fun. I want to do Kindergarten Cop. It brings more comedy, more, like I'm trying to break away from that. I love the action tough guy thing.
My mom says my dad is a sex machine.
That's a good, classics. Okay. Those were good.
Can you entertain them for a moment? I have to go see A Man About a Horse.
Okay. Yeah, no, we can talk. Actually, we'll do a quick commercial break. We actually have one new commercial that we're going to add here. Let's play that for you guys, too, in case you're wondering. We're working on another one. We don't do this enough, and we're going to do this some more. Make sure. I do have it on here. So we do this spiel. I'm going to let the ad do its work. But if you're looking for a great way to earn some extra cash, maybe you need some other income coming in, maybe to help to pay some bills, whatever it is. I know we all kind of have moments where we are looking to do something. We're all trying to make some kind of money nowadays. Let me just see if I have I thought I had it on here. Maybe I don't. Could have sworn I did. Nope, there it is. This is the place to check out, and we're going to let the commercial do its work. So for more information, check this out.
Are you looking for some extra cash? Are you wondering if that old jewelry or coin collection sitting around is valuable? Then visit Borger's Rare Coins and Fine Jewelry. Call or text owner Jeff at 973-390-4606 for a free evaluation, no pressure to buy or sell consultation, and answer any questions that you have. Also, be sure to visit BorgersRareCoins.com for further detailed information, as well as buying and selling directly online. In business for more than 50 years, Borgers knows the true value of not only precious metals, but their customers as well. A small, independently owned establishment that offers that family quality feel. You'll be absolutely thrilled with your experience. Don't delay. Contact Borgers today. Located in Hellertown, Pennsylvania, and proud sponsor of the What's Up Bro podcast show. We hope to see you there.
So there you go. If you need cash quick or need some good cash, Borgers is the place to go. We have a new commercial coming out soon. We're just working on some editing details. We're going to be playing that a lot. Proud sponsor for us. We appreciate that. We'll be reaching out to him again soon. Just been super busy trying to nail down and do something at least a little bit each day. So we have a lot of things in the fire trying to get to it, but really thrilled. We're super thrilled. We mentioned this before. You guys have heard us say it before. We love to use Fiverr. We are on there as well. Great place to go if you need projects done, if you need works done. phenomenal opportunities to work with different people. Let me unmute Bill. There we go. I had to turn you off because you were coming with your music Tourette's during the commercial, so pardon me. But, but if you guys want a great place to check it out, Fiverr is the place to go. Wonderful, great people there. It's absolutely wonderful. You will not be disappointed. So check that out there. But yeah, so okay. I think we're in. Oh, now we're in tier 7. So okay, I think it's
7.
back to you now.
The movie is 7. No, I didn't put it up there.
Really?
I like the film. Actually, I saw 7 in the theater.
I haven't watched it for a while, but yeah, it's a little on the nose. But go ahead.
What's in the box?
Kiki.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with a movie that I could watch 1,000 times. I recorded it off TV in the mid to late 80s, and I wore that tape out. And that's National Lampoon's Vacation.
Oh, okay, all right.
I can watch National Lampoon's Vacation at any time, and I mean the cast is great. You even get John Candy at the end of the film.
Yep.
That's not a gun. That's a BB gun. Oh, that can leave a very severe bruise. It can break the skin.
There you go.
He's driving through, I think it's East St. Louis.
Something like that, yeah.
And he asks for directions in the middle of the night in a pretty bad neighborhood. And these men of the street are saying, oh, you go around the corner and then you go 2 blocks over and a restaurant called Rib Tip. Yeah, Rib Tip. Meanwhile, they're taking all his wheels.
Yep. There we go.
The tires. Oh, man. Edna. The cabin stinks. Edna, that's yours. Does your father? Do you play asteroids? No, but my dad has them, and they're really painful.
Yeah. Classic.
Do you have a boyfriend? No, but I French kiss with my teacher. Does that count?
Depends on how she looks. Could be.
and he sees the male cousin of Uncle Eddie. And he goes, well, do you have this game? No. Do you have that game? Do you have this game? No. So what do you like to do? Oh, I've got a stack of pornos this high. So they're flipping through the magazines. Do you ever bop the baloney?
Yeah. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, check it out. There you go. National Lampoon's Vacation. Let me highlight. Okay.
I can quote that all night.
There you go.
Okay. What's your number 7, Sam?
So now this is the one I mentioned. This is part of a franchise, but this, and I love them all, but this is, I don't know, there's always one that has a special place for me. I'll give you a hint. This should give it away, especially for Bill being into film. It's not a horror film per se. It could go. I love this character, and I will just say, if this doesn't give it away, I almost went into archaeology because of this character. So question is, you know who the character is, right? Who's the character?
Does it involve a whip?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, dispel the suspense.
Not that kind of. No, not that kind of. Wait, just
when the whip comes down.
So let's see if you can guess. Now I'm not talking about the newer films. It's part of the first 3 original films. I love them all, but there is one I kind of have a bit more of a, and I don't know why. I think it's because of I love the geographical locations of it. I love there's just something about these certain scenes. Can you guess which of the 3 films it is?
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
It's a good guess, but no.
Temple of Doom.
That is correct. It's Temple of Doom. And again, they're all great, but there's just something about, I guess it's the culture of this weird tribal thing. And of course, there's the whole sacrifice thing at, obviously the fire pit and all that stuff. I won't spoil it too much if you haven't seen it before, but I don't know. There's just something about Raiders is great too, and Last Crusade is also fantastic. I like the newer films. Like I said, I've seen them. Considering the fact that dynamics change, you go from the 80s to the 2000s to the now 20 whatevers. Harrison Ford, despite his age, still made it work really well. And it's kind of funny in the 4th one, he kind of pokes fun at his age. So, at least there's some humor to it. But there's always something about Temple of Doom. It just, I don't know. I think it's the jungles there that kind of got it for me. India is where it takes place a lot for that too.
Yep.
But I love the story, the culture of the allure of the magic stones and these cultural, you know.
And there's that one scene where they're on the bridge and the bridge collapses and they're trying to make sure the stone doesn't fall down. Yeah, I saw that in the theater. That's how old I am. I saw that in the theater.
But I love history. I love I almost decided to study that, and like I was gonna pursue it really at one time. Like I got so heavily invested in that, like it was, and maybe I should have. I don't know. I just have a thing for history, so anything historical relevance and then going for these digs and stuff. Like,
which was the one with Sean Connery?
That's The Last Crusade.
That's The Last Crusade. I saw that in the theater too.
Yeah, that was 1989. I think it.
And who's the little Asian guy?
I can't think of what his real name is.
He was in Goonies.
Yeah, with Short Round in the film.
Round,
but what's the one? There's a lot of great scenes in that one. There, obviously, the love interests always change, but again, it's just the lure. And obviously for Raiders, I love obviously the opening scene where he's in the jungle, the whole rolling ball, the statue, the idol change.
I can remember sitting in the theater watching when she falls into the pit of snakes.
Oh yeah.
Going, wow, that's cool. Yeah, okay. Even at that age, I knew it was fake.
I think one of my favorite scenes in that film is when they're having this moment of the sexual tension moment. But he's like, when he's trying to find the secret room, and he's like, the hands on the, you know, and she's like, "Hey, I'm right here," and he's like, "Oh, he's doing the, you know."
It's subtle, but not so subtle.
Right, for an '80s film, it's pretty good. So that's and again, that's not a particular order. That's my number 7.
Is Temple of Doom the one where they eat the monkey brains?
Yep.
Is that one?
Ooh, monkey brains, snake. And the snakes come out. Yeah. Chilled monkey brains for dessert. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, and then the bat dung and all that stuff. Like, I'm not eating that. This is more than people eat in a month.
Oh yeah. He's sitting there in that tribe. And the buddy with him is like, yeah, this doesn't look that good. This is more than they eat in a month. You just appreciate it. You eat it.
That's actually what's her name? She was married to Steven Spielberg at that time. That's actually his wife there.
Oh, was it?
Oh, I'm gonna look it up now. It's gonna bother me. What's her name?
I wasn't aware.
Temple of Doom. I gotta look up her real name. Let's see. Not the Shirley Temple. Oh, for Pete's sake. There we go. 1984.
The blonde girl.
Yeah. Is it Kate Capshaw? I think it's Kate Capshaw.
Kate Capshaw. Yeah, that would make sense.
Ki Hui Kwan is Short Round. That's the Willie. That's right. Wilhelmina Willie Scott.
Okay. Because I know him from that in Goonies. I'm sure he did other things, but
I'm pretty sure. Let me look her up. I don't know.
Kate Capshaw has done a lot,
but they are still married, actually. Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Her and Steven Spielberg, but they weren't. I don't think they weren't married at that time, though.
Oh, they weren't married yet.
They got married in 91. This is like 7 years later, 6, 7 years. There you go. That's the number 7. All right, we're moving to number 6.
Say, but she had an in with the director.
Right, well, I got to start somewhere.
That's right.
All right, number 6 is, what do we got?
I'm contemplating a couple older films. I'm going to go with Cool Hand Luke.
Okay.
Cool Hand Luke, Paul Newman, George Kennedy, and I'm going to say it's late 60s. I don't think it was 1970 yet, so it might be 68, that kind of thing.
Whoops.
And Paul Newman is
1967.
67. Paul Newman is a prisoner in a prison that's, or is it? It's more like a prison camp because they're outside and they're all kind of put together in almost like a cottage or an outdoor building, like an outbuilding.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the adventures that they get into while they're together, and the tension between George Kennedy and Paul Newman, and they eventually build a friendship. There's a very famous fighting scene at the beginning
Right.
where Newman and Kennedy kind of go at it. And while Newman doesn't win the fight, he won't go down. And George Kennedy at one point says, just stay down.
Yep.
Now, I know that we've been talking about people thinking about challenges. I'm not going to do this one. I don't care what you say. But there's a scene in the film where he has to eat, was it 60 eggs in 60 minutes? Something like, I can't remember. They had boiled all the eggs. And, the first 10, 15, he's popping them. And by the end, he's rubbing his belly, just trying to, and he's trying to get the egg down. He was laying on his back, and George Kennedy, I think, was dropping him in his mouth. The other guy that's in that film, it doesn't say much, is the guy from MASH. The doctor, Honeycutt.
Mm-hmm.
Honeycutt.
Yeah.
He was in that one. So, but again, it's kind of like in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest when Danny DeVito's in it, but he really doesn't say anything.
Right.
He's just kind of one of the crew. Good movie. I won't make my top 10, but anybody who hasn't seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, fantastic.
All right, let's see.
But yeah. There's a scene involving washing the car. Somebody who lives in an adjacent property washing her car. for some of these men haven't been with a woman in quite some time. It's quite the scene. Now there's no nudity. A lot of it is implied, but
this is really hard. I'm just jotting down the last few movies I can think of. I could go on because I love a lot of Melissa McCarthy movies and all this stuff. I'm trying to really sock it down to the ones I could think off my head. I could probably do about 20.
I was gonna say Kevin McCarthy, St. Elmo's Fire. Like that guy. Oh, that's Andrew McCarthy. Andrew McCarthy.
Yeah, Melissa McCarthy, the comedian.
Oh, you're thinking Melissa. Okay, I was thinking.
Yep. Okay, so then where are we at? We're at, what was that called again?
That was Cool
Hand Luke. All right, I got that. All right, so at my number 6 spot, and again, this is another cult classic, and you may have seen it. The original one, not the sequel. I don't think the sequel has much, but Interview with a Vampire.
Oh. Kirsten Dunst as 12.
Yep.
Yeah, and Mr. Pitt, Mr.
Tom Cruise, Antonio Banderas.
Oh yeah, I forgot Banderas is in that.
Christian Slater.
Now, here's the question: do you consider that a horror movie?
Yes.
Do you?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's like almost. I would say it's almost like a horror documentary because obviously he's telling a story about his life, but. Obviously, vampires in there, and of course the horrific, the killings. I mean, you got to kind of have it in that.
I never read the books. Did you read them?
I didn't. I'm actually tempted to because I heard they were really good.
There's apparently my mom would read Anne Rice, and she says she's good, but she's very thorough.
She's very detailed. That's what I heard too. Very detailed in her approach.
It's like if you've ever had to read a Tom Clancy book, he can spend 30 pages talking about the interior of a tank.
I've read. I have several of those. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so that's an interesting film. My only complaint with the film is I think they could have cut it down a little bit. It's a little on the. I found it's 2 hours and change. I think
it does drag a bit. I mean. Obviously, I get the perception of it, especially towards the end. It's like you probably could have condensed it just a little bit, but quality-wise, storytelling, was good except for the length and
good atmosphere, good effects.
Even the music, the score for that was obviously, it gives you that old the Dracula vibes of the old scores from Bram Stoker's back in the day. You have
that would have been about the same time as Coppola's. Vampire Dracula.
Yeah, I think around that time. Yeah, but it just gives you the organ, the old school score of the horror classics. So, definitely a huge one. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. But that's on my number. That's number 6, and now we're moving into the 5s. What do you got at number 5?
I will go. The Great Escape.
Okay. Yeah.
Great Escape. Again, that's around the same time frame as Cool Hand Luke, 67, 68. You have that. You have an all-star cast. You got James Garner. You got Steve McQueen, obviously. You've got Charles Bronson. You've got Richard Attenborough. Like, you've got a cast. And now, is it over the top? Yeah. That anybody who's seen the motorcycle chase scene across the Alps, yeah, and he gets
1963. Yep.
Oh, is that 63? Oh, okay,
Yep.
it's earlier.
Yep.
But it's a long film. I think it's like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, something like that. But
It's a
classic,
long one.
you can't go wrong there.
But I really like the scenes where they're digging the tunnels. And Charles Bronson apparently really was claustrophobic.
Yeah, that's what I heard a rumor about when he did film. Yeah, like there were certain scenes he couldn't do typically.
There is an air of authenticity to it.
Oh yeah, yep.
And Steve McQueen gets sent to the ice box, and he's throwing the squash ball or the baseball against the wall. He's got his baseball. I mean, it was based on an actual set of events.
Yep.
But obviously, it wasn't 100% accurate. But I'll always remember the scene where they're digging and they can't figure out how to get rid of the sand.
Yep.
And so what they do is they pretend to be, or not they pretend, a whole bunch of them get instruments and they do a choir kind of deal with a little mini orchestra. And at that point, when they're doing that and they're raking the garden with the sand, and then they would shake it out their leg so that it coincided with when the music was playing.
Yep.
And brilliant. I enjoyed the film. It's one of those films my dad showed me back in the day. Here, Bill, you want to see this? Okay. Because my dad always had war movies or westerns or whatever.
That's usually what, yeah. Actually, one movie I don't mention, it was one of my favorite. It's not on this list, probably on my all-time list, but The Green Berets is on my all-time list also. I love a good John Wayne film. John Wayne.
Yeah. Which was basically, I wouldn't say it was propaganda, but it was put out to increase the morale and change the views of the Americans against or for the Vietnam War.
For sure. Now, here's where we get interesting on my list, because I have a couple here. We have, obviously, one of the greats, Canadian legend, too, for this as well. And this is hard because I have so many movies that I like, but and Bill might know, I'm going to use this line for reference because I just mentioned this the other day. It's on my list, but at my number 5, one of the more classic lines in this film is, "This concludes our broadcast day." Click. Cable guy.
Oh, that's not the actor I was thinking of.
You were thinking John Candy, weren't you? He's up there. So one of my favorites there is, this is an honorable mention. It's probably on my all-time greats, but you ever heard of ritualistic killing?
Comes in with the drill.
Yep. I think that Uncle Buck is on my top favorites. Yeah. I think my favorite though is, of course, where he's banging on the dryer. He's like, "What were you doing? Oh, get in there, you know." And like, oh no, it was the dryer. I got frustrated with the, it wasn't. No, it was. But yeah, no, the other Canadian great, Jim Carrey, Cable Guy. That's more of a horror. I don't say horror, but it's like more of like a, I don't know.
Well, it's a dark drama with comedic elements. Is that what you'd call it? Yeah. Yeah.
I think one of my favorite scenes in that is, we're playing Porno Password. It's the adult version of the favorite game show everybody loves. I can't say that to my mother. It's just skin, Steven.
Anybody that grew up in the 90s, and you get those channels that were the adult channels, but they were scrambled. So you weren't sure if it was a nipple or a door handle. It was all scrambled.
Yep. It's like, by the way, Robin showed me the birthmark on her left shoulder. Very sexy. Yeah. Enough said. I mean, you just can't. I mean, this is tough because there's so many great. Again, this is just 10. I could probably go like top 100 probably if I really sat down and thought about it. But
one of these days, I'm going to sit and parcel out my top 100 horror movies and then my top 100 movies.
There you go. In general, that's perfect. All right, slam it back. We're playing tennis here, Taskmaster Bill. We're at number 4. Where's your number 4 here? Or what are you pulling out of your butt?
My number 4. No, I've got 4 movies. I will go Jaws.
Ooh, I should hardly have that on my list, but I'm glad you put that on there. So
Jaws. Now you can debate whether it's a horror or not. I consider it a horror film.
I do. I consider it a horror film.
You gotta consider my best friend Gary and my wife Jennifer. They don't. They just see it as an adventure film.
Really?
Yeah, like it's like a, like a Hunt for Red October or The Meg, that's what they consider.
But it's about a killing machine. Like how you don't see a horror film? Like, yeah,
it's scary, and it's. I mean, it is.
Dun.
That scene at the end with Robert Shaw.
Oh yeah,
Jaws, and he's heading down. I'm not going to give it all away if you haven't seen it. I mean, it's only 55 years old or whatever it is, but. Jaws to me is between the score of John Williams, between I think Robert Shaw's role of Quint is one of the top character roles in American cinematic history. He is brilliant in it.
What I love about that scene too, and that's the scene always like when I was younger, obviously freaks you out. I appreciate it now from a aesthetic standpoint. But just like the screams coming out of him, like, just to make it so realistic at that point. Like, I mean, like you're talking like this is old school, like blood curdling scream. Like you're not talking like, stage. Like,
he's good. And the thing about it is Robert Shaw, I love him as an actor, but he was a heavy alcoholic.
Yeah, it's a shame he died. It was a heart attack. He had probably liver or something with that.
It was probably cirrhosis of the liver.
But he had a heart attack. I think it wasn't long after that film. I want to say just a couple of years, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Because the other film I really like him in is The Sting.
Yeah, that's classic.
Sting is a really good film. But so they had to actually hire like an assistant just to watch him.
Yeah.
So that make sure at least he could get through the scenes. And I mean, the famous scene in that film is the Indianapolis speech.
Yeah.
And they were really drunk.
Yeah.
But the thing about Robert Shaw was he was he was trained in the Shakespearean
He's one of those old school theater actors. Yeah.
And the original dialogue to that scene was much longer. And Robert Shaw parsed it down to what we see on film.
How does that go? Farewell to you, my dear Spanish ladies. Farewell. I'm tired and I want to go home.
Go home. Yeah.
That's great.
And then they're banging on the. And here's my heart where she stole it.
Like, I like this one now. Check this out. That's nothing. Look here. Say that. The tooth. That's a good.
What's it? Here's to swimming with bow-legged women.
Yeah.
That's Quint.
Let's see. All right, now number 4. Let's see.
To go home. I'm tired and I want to go to bed.
Yep. Now here's mine. Number 4. This is great. So again, staying with another '90s classic film. What is it? I'm trying to think of a good line to kind of put it out there. Let's see. What's one of the great lines? There's so many lines.
It's ironic that you're putting '90s films because to a lot of people, the '90s is a bit of a gray zone with movies.
Oh, see, I thought some of the great classics came out. At least for me, I mean, I grew up then, so that's just my take. But that's you were
impressionable and you liked them.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I think it's the opening sequence. It's the whole. That's a lovely accent you have. What is that? New Jersey, Austria. Well, good night, mate. Why don't we throw another shrimp on the barbie? It's okay. I'm a little driver. It's Dumb and Dumber. It has to be. I mean, '90s classic. You can't get.
It has one of my 2 favorite bathroom scenes in any movie.
What's the other one? I know the one. What was the other one?
Oh, have you seen The Party with Peter Sellers back in the '60s?
It's been 60s? A while.
It's one where he goes and he flushes the toilet and the water won't stop.
Oh yeah, okay.
Walks across the roof down back into the party and people don't,
Yep.
But where he can't stop defecating is
that's funny.
Yeah. What's the scene where they're sitting at the bar and he's talking to the girl beside him?
Yeah. She's gosh to be late, okay? Women have that, she's only 3 hours late. She'll be here. I like the scene too when he's daydreaming the whole the romantic date with. He actually was dating what's her name, Lauren Holly.
Was he?
They were dating briefly during that time span, but where it leads to the whole he's fantasizing about the date, and then there's the whole kung fu moment, and the chef comes out, and then he does the whole rip the heart out and puts it in a doggy bag, and classic. The sequel wasn't bad, but obviously you can't beat the original. So that line was just and then what was that one? 500. Oh, 500 plate. Oh, well, put us down for 4. Okay, yeah. This is an expensive line. Oh, okay, really? Yeah. So and then they're sort of okay. Time out. Like, all right. And then they pop. These are very rare exotic owls, and they pop the champagne cork and just kill someone brought this party down real quick. Jeez. Yeah, classics. Gotta go there. Okay, number 3.
Good films.
Good films. Number 3.
Number 3. Like my style of movies, I really like a good got a frog in my throat. A good
sure, we'll go with that.
I like a good raunchy comedy, like the 80s, Revenge of the
Nerds.
I like a good horror movie, and I like a good sports movie.
Okay.
So, but I'm also, as you're very well aware, a big music fan, big classic rock music fan. And my number 3 movie was groundbreaking, actually. It was the first of the many, many, many mockumentaries. Oh, yeah. And This Is Spinal Tap is absolutely brilliant.
Yep.
Rob, what's his name?
Rob
Reiner.
Rob Reiner.
God rest his soul, just passed.
Yep.
He puts together a film that if you are a fan of the rock scene from the mid to late 70s, you'll laugh your ass off. And even if you aren't, a lot of the stories are based on actual events that have happened. So there's the whole scene about they're in Cleveland and they get lost underneath the stage. And it's Bo Diddley plays a custodian down there telling them where to go, and they do a whole loop and they get back to him.
My other favorite ones are the Stonehenge. Are like, oh, it's the model. It's made to life size, but it's like super tiny.
It kind of minimizes the massiveness of it.
Yep.
When you are being danced around with midgets.
Yep.
But when he's going through the metal detector,
Mm-hmm.
Walls is going through the metal detector with, let's just say, something in the pants.
Yep.
Or at the beginning, they're reviewing their former films, because anybody who hasn't seen This Is Spinal Tap is about a band that had been around since the mid 60s, and by the late 70s they had kind of hit their zenith and were on the way down, but they didn't want to give up yet. And a critic is going over his old films and or albums, and one album was called Shark Sandwich.
Yep.
And the critic that they were reading from, like in the newspaper, he goes, Shark Sandwich equals shit sandwich.
Yep.
And they're sitting there going, that's not very nice. I didn't know you could write that.
Yeah. Well, and for me, the fun story, how I got exposed. I would say how I got exposed to that film, and I love this because I have it. I got it was because a friend of mine, when I played in the band, he's like, "You gotta check out this film," and I had never heard of it, and it is on my top list of all time. I love it because I watch it. But he's like, "You would love this. You gotta check this out." I'm like, "Oh yeah, why is that?" Because I'm usually the drummer for the band. He goes, "Yeah, because all the drummers just spontaneously just explode." I'm like, "Oh, thanks. What are you trying to say?" Like, "Gee, thanks." Like, all right. But after watching, I will say it is kind of funny. Just the whole McShrimpton thing, and then they lose everybody, and then there's all these. It is funny.
And the other funny part of that is that when I was at university, I loved the film back in the early mid 90s. I had a 5-hour version of the film.
Dang.
There is a 5-hour bootleg floating out there. I had it on a VCR tape that at some point I just got rid of because I didn't have any VCR at a certain point. But apparently that one has not been reimagined and cleaned up and reissued.
Right.
But apparently in one of the subsequent DVD releases, they put out I think a 3-hour version. So
wow.
I have all the time in the world where Nigel Tufnell is playing on the piano, and he's playing this really eloquent, beautiful, romantic song. Could be from Bach or Mozart. What's it called? Lick My Love Pump.
And my amp is special. It goes to 11.
Puppet Show, Spinal Tap. It's supposed to be Spinal Tap, Puppet Show.
Puppet Show, yeah. Because they conveniently left that out, yeah.
Do you have a they get to the gig and they don't have any set list, so they just play improvisational jazz.
Yep.
And there's one guy in the crowd going,
yep. That's great. Classic. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Make sure you watch it.
If you haven't seen This Is Spinal Tap,
you gotta watch it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, now for my number 3, this is a early. I think this is early 2000s. I want to say. I'm gonna look it up. I'll see if we can stump the movie buzz wizard here. Let's see. You may have heard of this film. You may not have. I equate this because I love the star-studded cast. 2010. Okay, so I was way off. Some other great comedians of all times: Kevin James, Adam Sandler, David Spade, Rob Schneider. You may have heard of this film. You may not have. I know Bill's getting old, so no, I'm kidding.
No. I did see it, but I've only seen it once.
You know what we've been talking about?
I forget the name of it. So they're all kind of hanging out by the lake and by the water, and they're
Grown-Ups.
Grown-Ups, yeah.
Yep. It's because it has the right blend of all these. I mean, Salma Hayek. I can't think of her name. So many people in there. So many great, and there's so many great.
Well, one of the things that knocked it for me is, I think Rob Schneider gets a little over the top. He's always just that goofball. Every film that Adam Sandler has, I don't think Schneider is the only one. Might be Uncut Gems. Might be the only Adam Sandler film he's not in, because that's a serious role.
But it's so funny with some of the zingers, some of the lines. The sequel wasn't bad either, Grown-Ups 2, but it just has that blend of the slapstick, the lines back and forth. There's so many great classic lines for that there. I'm trying to think. I guess so many. I can't even it's hysterical with when they go to the lake house and then the kids sharing the room and all this stuff. And hey, I'm from Saskatchewan, eh?
It's I don't think I've seen it since 2011. So I remember enjoying it. I remember there's a scene where they're hanging on a rope to jump into the lake, and it doesn't quite go according to plan. Let's just put it that way.
It is pretty funny. And I think the favorite scene is the water park, when they go to the water park with the families. That's pretty hysterical. And then the peeing in the. Are you making a sissy? No, that's fine. Okay. They put a special chemical in that turns the water dark blue if you pee, right? That's just a wives' tale, and they're all peeing in the pool, and there's this dark blue.
You see it from above, yeah.
Yep. Classic. So there you go. That's my number 3. Okay, number 2.
Number 2, we're getting to the
nitty gritty,
really nitty gritty, really good ones, and mine is 1974.
Oh, yes,
Tobe Hooper classic, a tale of teenagers on their way to find their one of their grandparents' homes.
And they never make it.
And they make it. They
sort of.
Make it sort of, and that is Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I adore this film. I saw this film as an 11-year-old at a friend's birthday party where the parents were lovely Catholic Italian immigrants that worked hard, but they basically let the kids watch whatever they wanted.
And they saw the birth of Leatherface there. Yep.
And one of my friend Dominic, his older brother was, I think, about 2 or 3 years older. They had one of those TV VCRs where there was a VCR below. Yep. And in the hallway was Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And there's the scene where you think the head goes into the hook, but it really doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
The glint of the shine on it, your brain goes there, but it doesn't actually go there. And to me, I love the guerrilla filmmaking.
Yep.
Because it was 102 degrees in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And there's that scene where they're sitting around the kitchen table and they're eating dinner. And apparently it took forever. And it took so long that the sausage or the steak, whatever it was, went bad and rancid.
I feel like it wasn't that they said that was like one of the rare times. It was like one of the hottest times in Texas at that time. It was like one of the hottest spells they ever had or something. Like it was on a historical record. And
Gunnar Hansen, who played Leatherface.
Mm-hmm.
Wore like a plaid cut-off T-shirt or like a do-up shirt, like a lumberjack shirt.
And I think, was it the first one he just wore, a burlap sack on his head? I think it was one of those, like it was early days before he got really creative with the face mask, if I'm not mistaken.
No, the first one he had a face mask. That was Friday the 13th.
Okay, yeah, okay, I mixed them up. Okay, yeah, you're right.
But he wore this shirt and it was so hot, and for continuity's sake, they always had to have him wear that shirt. Nobody would sit anywhere near him. He stunk to high heaven.
Yeah.
But like when Sally is running through the forest and you hear her screaming, that's your prototypical victim running through the forest. Yeah. And that dinner scene, and when she gets out and jumps out the window, and the Black Maria comes.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the great mysteries of horror film and film in general, whatever happened to the driver of the Black Maria? He's still running. He's still running.
It's like 50 some years later, he's still running. Yep.
52 years later, he's still running.
He's still running. There you go. Cult classic, though. Check it out if you haven't seen that one.
And one small little tidbit. The person doing the introduction is a very unknown John Larroquette.
Yeah, I forgot about it. He does the announcement.
And as the story goes, John Larroquette, I think he was UCLA Film School, something like that. He was paid one marijuana joint.
Yeah.
For his voiceover.
Told you it was a different time back then for sure. If only we had that today. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's my number 2. What's yours number 2, Sammy?
Okay, here we go. So again, this is another early, I want to say, I got to look this up till I get this right. I think it's early 90s. Let's see. Maybe early 2000s. Let me get this right. It's a long title, so 2007. Okay. Again, this is pulling out of my bag of tricks. Again, there's no better duo for this one. I'm going to say the line. See if you can get it from the line. I don't know if you've seen this film. You may have heard of it. Going in straight, coming out gay. Does that help you at all? That's another great line from that one there.
What genre?
Comedy.
Oh, comedy. Okay.
I give you key unless you want to. It is a circle. Your love is a circle. I give you key in case you want to. I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. That's Kevin James and Adam Sandler. That's a great pairing. Have you ever seen the film?
What's it called?
I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
No, I have not seen.
Oh, this is great. It's a great cast too because it has all their friends. Dan Aykroyd is in it. Jessica Biel. Rob Schneider, which you wouldn't be able to do this nowadays, but he does this character where they go to this chapel to get married. So the idea is they're both firefighters. Kevin James plays Larry. Adam Sandler is Chuck. He's this womanizing like Hefner type. He's always sleeping with all these, all this stuff. He's Mr. February. He's the sex whoremonger kind of thing. Larry loses his wife. In order to keep his pension, they concoct this scheme that they pretend to be a couple, and eventually they get married as a gay couple so that he can keep it. Because your spouse, you have to have be remarried in order to keep your pension, all that stuff. But the comedy ensues, and there's a scene that when they go to the chapel in Vegas to get hitched, and it's Rob Schneider, but he's played to be a Japanese guy, so he's doing which it would be considered racial now. You couldn't do that because the comedy is different. But it's just funny. He goes, you do me? He goes, you couldn't handle it, little man. Oh, hi, sorry, hi. He's like, that's nice. So for the honeymoon, you want? I goes, we'll sleep in separate rooms. Okay, but I give you key in case you want to. No, we're good. But I still give you, And then the first scene they come in, he's like, Sumi, come with that. He says this weird Japanese, and he goes, because his wife's supposed to be like the piano player. Says we have guests. Oh, stupid cow. I'm
gonna have to seek it out.
And then the guy that plays I can't think of what his name is. He plays in Boy Meets World. He plays Sean's dad. He also did the voice of Slinky. I can't think of his name now. He has this really weird, drunk. They have to have a witness to the ceremony, so he's this really weird drunk. He goes, and when the bongs are bugged in our drinks, and something or other, and he goes, Mazel Tov. It's a great movie. Hey, Amber.
Hey, Amber. How are you, sweetie? Yeah, how was the flight?
Yeah, let us know. Las Vegas.
Did you take a couple of the little mini bottles?
Probably. That helped you through the flight. Yeah, I'm trying to think there's so many good scenes. He goes, what was the one? He goes, they're Steve Buscemi is there. He plays the investigator, trying to catch him on this whole lie scandal. They're actually not really, they're gay and all this stuff. So they're doing all this stuff. He goes, oh, we're gay. He goes, and there's a scene with the mailman. He goes, because the mailman, he goes, butt out, Ron. He goes, I heard you talking about what a nice ass I had. He goes, listen, if you ever find yourself home alone, I'd be happy to come and service. I provide more for the mail delivery guy. Oh, okay, thank you, Ron. I can come through the back door even. Thank you. I appreciate my packages I handle with care. Got it. Yep, sure.
Lots of double entendres.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. And what was it? What's the other line? And of course, Chuck is hard because he's this womanizing. He lives with them for a while. He gets all his mail forward there. It's all these porno magazines. He gets this blow up doll sent in the mail. It's already blown up. It's just and then he starts this thing where they have. They get in the bed eventually, and then he has this thing with the nanny, the housekeeper in the bed, and the three of them are in the bed together. Morning, he goes, oh, you are disgusting. He goes, well, I'm asleep in the bed. He goes, you threw in some moves there. No, I wouldn't do that. Oh yeah, smell your thumb. And it's the doll, and it's funny. He's like, yeah, it's really good. And what's the other line? I can be. He goes, Larry, I can't be gay for you. I mean, I can be a lesbian for you. But that's about it. So. I'm Mr. February, for God's sake. I can't, I can be a lesbian for. That's about it.
But it's a film you probably couldn't do today.
No, that's the thing. So much, and I know there's a lot of adult-rated films, but there's just so much now that it would not. And like I said, just the character that I forget what the character's name, but just the one that Rob Schneider does, the Japanese. Because it's so racially, you could tell it's not real. He's made up to look like it. It's just pushing it, pushing the envelope. Then there's Nick Swardson is in it. His character's funny in the Ving Rhames.
Ving Rhames, I like him.
His character, he's this big tough guy, and yet he turns out to be gay. And they break down the whole wall. They connect because they help him release his anger because he's actually gay. There's a scene where they're walking in and goes, okay, guys, we dropped the soap. Who's going to pick it up in the shower? And he comes in and he bends down. I forget what he's got this tramp stamp on his backside. I forget what it says, something. But he's like, so it's really, it's good. And then, what's the other scene? They go to this Halloween costume party. Larry's dressed as, Chuck is dressed as a vampire. Larry's dressed as an apple. He goes, oh, I got some applesauce going on in here. Gee whiz. I gotta go to the bathroom. It's which one of us do you think is the girl? Chuck. Why does everyone think I'm the girl? I gotta be careful drinking this. I'm smudging my lipstick. Oh, okay. I see. I get it. I get it. But on the whole, though, the storyline is really good. Like, it has a great story behind it. Their friendship and just being close. And so
I thought you were going to say Paul Blart Mall Cop.
that is on my top 10. I saw that in the theater, actually. It was one of my favorite ones. Oh, and then my other favorite line from that movie is, he goes, as Dan Aykroyd, shut up, you two. If I want to believe you two are gay, I forget what he says. He goes into this whole spiel, but he goes, you had a lovely thing with Larry's wife, Paula, who's died, and you, he goes to Chuck, if my pencil sharpener had a skirt, I'd have to hide it. So yeah, it's a good film. If you haven't seen it, I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. Check it out. And now, as we're at this point, let me get the drum roll. I gotta find the right sound effects. I'm gonna add the gong.
Find your Ginger Baker, your Keith Moon.
Number one.
Numero uno. Pour moi.
The winner is
not a horror.
Ooh.
Not a sports film.
Ooh.
Not a legal drama.
It's romantic comedy, isn't it?
It's a movie involving two individuals that became iconic in their role.
Okay.
Set in the city of Chicago.
Okay.
You could classify it as comedy. You could classify it as musical.
Okay.
1980. It is a stellar cast of both actors and musicians. And the musicians are playing roles in the film. They're not just there to look good.
Okay.
And it was, I don't know if you consider it a cult classic because it's fairly mainstream. It is The Blues Brothers.
Oh, I'm a soul man. Okay, yeah.
I mean, you've got actors. I mean, the two main actors are Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi.
Yep.
You've got Carrie Fisher.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got a whole cadre of character actors that are fantastic. You've got musical stars like James Brown, Ray Charles, Aretha Franklin, John Lee Hooker, adding their spice to it. It's about two gentlemen. At the beginning of the film, John Belushi is released from prison.
Okay.
And the prison warden or the person behind the counter is Jim Henson. And he's pulling out the clothes and what he had when he was put in. And one of them was a used prophylactic.
Of course.
And they're driving. Dan Aykroyd picks him up and gets him out. And they're driving. He bought an old cop car because it had the engine ability. But the whole film is about, they went to Catholic school, private school in Chicago, and the school owes X amount of money in back taxes to the assessment office, so they're going to close it. So they want to get their old band back together to play a show to raise money for the nuns.
Yeah.
And it's just their adventures all the way through. And I think of the Blues Brothers, only one of them in the band was a pure actor.
Yeah, something like that.
Like Donald Duck Dunn was a very well-known blues player. Steve Cropper, the guitarist, was very, very well-known. He was in Booker T and the MGs.
Mm-hmm.
So when they're playing the big show at the end, the one song they play is Time Is Tight, which is a Booker T and the MGs song. Right. Carrie Fisher is just a bonkers girlfriend, or former girlfriend. And like anybody could watch it now because there might be a little bit of salty language, but not much. There's no blood or per se. There's no nudity in the least. There's not a lot of violence except a killer car chase.
Yeah, well, that's,
which at the time it was shot was the most destroyed cars in a movie, I believe.
Probably.
It was surpassed, I think, by one of the Fast and Furious films, perhaps.
Probably.
But yeah, I love the film.
Yeah.
And at the end, when they try to get to the assessment office, is it Spielberg behind the counter as
I think so.
as the assessor, receiving all this money in cash. Oh,
Boom.
I love the film. So if you've never seen the
Blues Brothers, check it out.
strictly for the music alone is worth it.
All right, here we go. Now for me, I'm going to do it too. Number one. Again, I have a whole bunch. I could go on and on. I just kind of pull right up. I had to mention this one. I have several copies of it.
He-Man, Masters of the Universe.
No, it's a good guess though. No, this was 2003, I believe it was.
Okay.
And I'm going to have Taskmaster Bill's got to figure this out.
Oh boy.
Here we go. Tom Cruise, classic film. Well,
Top Gun.
That was in the 80s. 2003. This was a more
okay,
cultural classic film. Doesn't take place in the U.S. We'll put it that way. Or it starts in the U.S. and kind of goes across out to the east.
It's like an action drama.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Mission Impossible. One of the Mission Impossibles.
Nope. That's a hard to pick. I stayed away from those because there's so many I couldn't really. It's hard to break that down. I'm trying to think what else I could say to give it away. It has historical.
Is it the one where he goes to Japan? Isn't the one where he goes to Japan?
And what's it called?
Oh, friggity frig! I can't remember.
Who else is in that film? Ken Watanabe. I can see it now. Scott Wilson makes an appearance.
Oh, Scott Wilson is in it. Okay.
Yep. Just a minor part at the end. All right. Well, we could be here forever, but the film is one of my favorites because I've trained in this also. It's one of my all-time favorite.
Oh, The Last Samurai.
The Last Samurai. There you go. Yep. Hard one to watch.
Is that your favorite martial arts film of all time?
I categorize as far as weaponry goes because it focuses a lot on the sword there. Yes, because it does feature the samurai sword a lot, which I do train in the sword there for that one. I have trained many years for that. From that standpoint, yes. I don't know if I can't say favorite all-time martial arts because there's so many other great films. Obviously, there's Empty Hand stuff and all that sort of thing. But for a film that showcases that weapon, and the thing is why I wanted to go. My old love was to study in Japan and go over there is the cultural to see the lifestyle. I mean, obviously that was a different time, but the language learning. I just got back into my Rosetta Stone. I'm gonna get back to my Japanese lessons, learning the culture, seeing the lifestyles there, and from a viewpoint from this decorated war hero, or it says at the time, who learns a whole new way of living, finds peace because he's dealing with his own demons of past problems and things. And just the culture, like there's so many great scenes, the training scenes, the sword fighting scenes, not even the sequence of battle, but just like their training behind I forget what they call it, the archery part of it. They train, there's a certain term for that, for training for that. He really immerses in that lifestyle and adapts to it. Like it's not just he's forced there as a captive, but he becomes part of that culture and really just embodies that. Now, culturally or historically speaking, the timing of that is accurate. That was around 1868 is when it started, but I think 1870 something, whatever. That was the era of the Meiji era, which Emperor Meiji was the emperor who decreed and basically, what do you call it? I can't think what the proper term is. Did away with the samurai in general. They decommissioned or got rid of they outlawed it. And this is historically accurate. This did happen. Now, the movie itself doesn't really have a lot of the characters. I don't think are historically accurate, but the time period is exactly around that time. So from a historical,
it's a fictional story within a realistic setting.
The characters are fictional, but the timeline and the time framing of when this takes place is a real historical moment. But yeah, Last Samurai, great film. Again, tough film, but if you love it, great. It's just, I chalked it up there. One of my other favorites like that is Glory is one of my other favorites. I think that fits that bill as well. It's a hard watch, but There's just so many great sequences. Oh, and the one that actually I did miss it. I had to drop it out, but Tombstone is my other favorite. That's one of my top 10 favorite. I just watched that one recently as well. Cultural references, I like. Oh, and you know what else I forgot to put on here? I meant to put on this film, and I didn't do it either. And see, I thought I was running down this list really quickly because I had to pick my favorites. Talk about historical favorites. Troy is another favorite of mine as well. If you haven't seen that, Brad Pitt.
I thought you were going to say, the one with the Scottish one with Mel Gibson.
The Braveheart is on there as well. Yes, I love the historical. I got to go back and watch it. I think I have that on Tubi. I think it's in my save list too. That's a good one. And what are the historical ones? Like, I love the history ones, like obviously war movies and things like that. There's another one I know I'm missing, but yeah, Last Samurai is one of my favorites.
Are you talking about the one with Cameron Crowe or Russell Crowe?
The Gladiator is up there. Yeah, that's a good one. Historical reference for that. But yeah, so The Last Samurai, I can't classify it as my favorite martial arts film of all time, but from the weapon standpoint, it is. Because again, there's between Chuck Norris films, Van Damme, Seagal, like there's a lot of great films that I have in there. Even the classics of Bruce Lee.
I know hardcore martial arts people wouldn't agree with me, but I like Bloodsport.
I do. I think it's what they wouldn't agree. What context do you think they wouldn't agree?
Well, just that it's one. There's no guarantee that what he went through was true. There's no proof. And secondly, I mean, a lot of those fights were obviously staged for Hollywood, right?
Right. So, I mean, that if you're looking from authenticity, now the Kumite is a real basic fight thing. So there is accuracy as far as the contest, if you will, itself. There's all different. These hidden fights are all over different cultures and things. It's just that some of them, like most of these tournaments and these real officiating things, are actually not. There's no scorecards. There's no stats per se. There's some things. There's some fact. So if you're looking at it from that, I can see why people would argue that. But from a pure action film standpoint, and Bloodsport is one of my all-time favorites for martial arts films. There's that. There's what else did Kickboxer is another good one. Well,
the other one I was going to say is Enter the Dragon.
Enter the Dragon is absolute classic, and that if anybody refutes that, for my opinion, Way of the Dragon is good too. And if you're not familiar, that's that fight scene with Chuck Norris as the bad guy. That's where they fight in the Colosseum in Greece. That's that all-time classic back and forth seesaw battle.
I mean, when I think of Enter the Dragon, I think of that fight with Lou Alcindor or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Now there was a couple films I wrestled with putting on. I think Trains, Planes, and Automobiles is absolutely brilliant.
Oh yeah, that's a really for sure.
That's a good one. The other one I wanted on, I just couldn't get it on, was Slapshot.
Yeah.
And Slapshot is, you think of it, and you think of the Hanson brothers, and there are lots of comedic elements to the film. And being a hockey fan, it's really good insight. But it's as much a drama as it is anything else.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you know what? And the thing is with this is we could do this is just 10 we picked randomly.
And I literally came up with them as we sat here.
So I'm we could do we could take time and do another one where you pick your all-time, if we build a list. Again, you could probably, for me, if you really break it down, I could probably do almost 100 films. I could think of so many if I added them all in.
We could do it by genre.
Yeah, that would break it down.
War films, westerns, dramas,
comedies, horrors,
horror, adult film. Oh, whoops! Did I say that? No.
What are we? We'll talk about your browser history later.
No, but it's funny if you ever see any of those adult films from the 70s. There was a production value. There was a script. There was, a quote unquote storyline. It's not
that's
like today,
true.
Just wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
I will say, that's the thing. Even there's those scenes. I've started watching The Graduate. I've seen The Graduate before, but they're obviously those timeless pieces where the nudity is there and stuff. The thing that's interesting is you think, oh well, there is. Well, there is, but it's so tastefully and so cinematically done properly, where it's not tawdry, it's not trashy, it's not downright dirty, shall we say?
It's not salacious.
Thank you. Yeah, that's the big. See, that's the big old teacher brain there.
But
I could.
but do you know before Halloween in '78, what was the most profitable independently shot film in American history?
Oh, I did at one time. I couldn't tell you now off the top of my head.
Deep Throat.
That's right. Yeah.
Deep Throat was the most, and then all of a sudden everybody wanted to make a porno because you can.
And that's what kind of killed it then. Yep.
In your basement, in your backyard, and whatever.
Yeah.
But the profit margin, if you hit, was, I mean, you had like your Behind the Green Doors and Debbie Does Dallas, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That was all to make money.
Yep.
And you actually had people. You had to have a modicum of acting ability.
Right.
To because there was a storyline. There was
for sure.
I'm meeting the neighbors, and oops, my pants fell off. Whatever.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I think what also killed it. It's not to disrespect any particular, but you think about like what Hefner did with Playboy. That took things a different direction. Obviously, the porn industry picked up. The adult film industry. It kind of changed and it morphed over time.
What changed was, at least in my opinion, and I'm no aficionado or anything, but is the advent of the VCR.
Yeah.
Because with the advent of the VCR, people could make high-8 films in their house. The production value did not need to be there.
No.
And that's when you start getting into those, those crappy Ron Jeremy films and Peter North and all those guys.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking of different subgenres. Like we could do fantasy films. We could do.
Oh yeah, I've seen those films.
No, not.
That's okay, yeah.
Like if you're talking Princess Bride,
Oh, that's a classic. I love that film.
Or what's the one where Tim Roth plays the devil?
Oh,
I
can't think of. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
There's. If you go that route, yeah. I mean, obviously, if you break it down, see, we're just picking general, but like categorically, if you break it down, like I mean,
you could do sports films. You could do films with a lead female cast. You could, we could do this forever, and I would have no problem doing that.
Yeah, that's like I said. This is just one area. And again, anybody watching it, if you're listening to this too, give some suggestions, comment there if you want to participate. Like, let us know. We're looking for a wide range of, we want to see everybody's.
If you want to participate or suggest a genre, or you can even do top 10 Tom Cruise films.
That's a good one. That's
top 10 Jim Carrey films.
That's another.
10, Clint Eastwood films. Robert Duvall films. Like you can.
The list goes on and on. Yeah,
the list goes on and on and on. One of the things I want to do on music, movies, sports, and stuff, and I might even do it with this episode, is a segment on my favorite character actors.
Oh, there you go.
Like somebody like Brian Dennehy. I loved him as an actor, but he was never a lead other than the Gacy film, the TV film. But like guys like that. A modern guy I like is Stanley Tucci. Stanley Tucci is a really good actor, but he's never the main guy.
It's funny you mentioned that too. I saw this in the store today. I picked this up. I never read it. I've been getting into the books thing. Like I want to get like a travel set. Like if you ever go somewhere, like just to take books with you when you're on the go. Because sometimes you go like to a hotel, you stay somewhere, there's nothing to read. And I actually bought when I stayed at one recently. But I found another book here locally here. I've seen the film. I want to see the sequel, but The Devil Wears Prada. I've never actually read the book. So I picked it up. I want to read it because the film I thought was really good. Classic for that timepiece. Stanley Tucci was great in that film. I really want to see the sequel. I haven't seen the sequel yet.
And the thing, there's a really funny clip on YouTube if there's anybody watching. Graham Norton, and he was on the Graham Norton show, and I forget the name of the lady actress, the older lesbian lady that likes to fart.
Is it Kathy Bates? No.
She's a British actor, but she's been in, I think, smaller parts in a lot of films. Okay. And she tells a story of when she was back in university, she gave 2 American soldiers oral delicacies. And Stanley Tucci is so taken aback, he just gets up and goes, "I'm out of here. I'm gone."
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, you can't, obviously you can't blame him in some capacity because there's certain things that you overshare, but
yeah. But she's like, I don't know, late 60s. What does she have to hide? And she's a very out there lesbian. She's not afraid to be known as that, and so she's one of those people with no filter.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, there's a whole thing we're gonna do. Like I said, and the idea, like you guys know, we talk about this. One of the ideas, and when we're sharing things like this for the review show, is to give you guys things that, obviously, in this case, some suggestions of movies and things that we like, things that we think you guys can check out, because you never know, you might find things that you discover that you didn't know about that you really do like.
I mean, you might want to do a top 10 list of Jamie Lee Curtis films, or I'm not a Meryl Streep fan, but she's got a whole shitload of films.
Oh yeah, she's won like I don't know how many Oscars
or Michael Caine. How many films is Michael? What was the movie? I can't remember. It was kind of a late 90s, early 2000s comedy where there were two guys staying in a house, either stoned or drunk or whatever. But for 24 hours, you could only watch films that were, I think it was Stallone, Michael Caine.
Yeah. Oh, I can't think. I know which one you mean. I can't think of it now either.
And all they do is they'd sit there, smoke a joint, and watch a movie. And it was always the endless Michael Caine films.
Yep.
I think my favorite Michael Caine film would either be The Italian Connection, the original, or Blame It on Rio. Oh,
that's a good one. Yeah.
You could not make Blame It on Rio. Not a chance you could make that film anymore.
No.
Or at least not at a high budget, independently maybe. But
yeah, there you go. But again, guys, this is for you guys. Again, these are some fun things you can check out if you haven't seen these films. Let us know your own. But it's to review some things that we like, some other things maybe you didn't know, films classics. And again, we're looking for engagement. Let us know films that maybe we missed that maybe you like. We want this to be, the idea is for this show is to review things that we've seen. We shared a lot of things that we like. But maybe some things, maybe movies, maybe games, maybe shows, maybe whatever you're thinking about doing. We're kind of like, we've tested it, we've experimented with it, we've done it first. We can give you our inside intake on it and maybe help you determine, like, do we go for it? Do we not? Do you want to? And I still think that one of the original ones I did, and I said this, we did the whole, actually I reviewed a couple meals now, but I did the whole Krabby Patty meal. I started that when Wendy's launched that back a couple of years ago. Which did get a resounding, I think ultimately we said a 3-star review down, or 2-star, 2.5 stars, I think I gave it, just for a lot of reasons. And actually, we didn't do that last time. Let's do this time. So overall, I think you guys can vote too, but I would say, I don't know. I got to go. I think I'm going to give compared to both of our lists combined, I got to give it a 5-star, I think. I think there's some great movies on here. You really can't go any less.
Oh, I've got one. Favorite actors with mustaches.
Hey, there you go. Tom Selleck.
Ooh. Charles Bronson.
Yeah, cult classic there. There you go. We could go on and on. But yeah, so there you go, guys. Give us some feedback. Let us know too. But I will say our list combined, I say 5 stars. Great films. If you don't know what these are, if you have seen them, check them out.
There's no stinkers among them.
No. So if you guys think of anything else, let us know. Yeah. But we do have a lot coming up. We'll be sharing more. What is today? We're on Thursday. We're gonna do new episode actually of Three Amigos will be planned for tomorrow night. So we'll go over some more details, some stuff come up. We got a lot of great things happening, some things we have shared, some things we haven't.
Anything in particular to promote, Sam?
Let's see. That's what I'm just thinking of before we. Let's do this. I know we have. I think I have the photos here. Let me make sure I have the right one.
Oh, I wanted to tell the audience. I'll be talking about it on MMSS. I came across a YouTube channel /reel of a. He looks to be of Indian descent or of that part of the world. He's in England. It's called Foods I Can't Read. Mm-hmm. So he goes into ethnic stores and buys random foods that he has no idea what they are because he can't read what it's called. So,
yeah, it's a good one. That'd be great. Check it out.
So there was one I saw yesterday where he's chewing this like it's a supplemental energy bar from like Turkey or something. It turned out it was made of protein level blood.
Yeah, classic. All right, yeah. So we have a couple here. We want to share. Let's do this one first. So We do have one show being produced. We are looking to do another in this demographic, and so we're looking for some more help there. So if you guys have an interest in this category, we have a couple, but we'll just focus on this one for tonight. This is one of our newer categories that we're working at. I'll let Bill give the spiel here, but this is a big one that we're trying to expand upon. So if you are interested.
All right. So just to give you a heads up, we've got one show in the works that's talking about love, spicy content with a female-driven comedy edge to it.
Yep.
Now, we're now looking for one that might be a little bit more, I wouldn't say clinical, but more dives deeper into pro-sex, pro-positivity, but it might get into different types of bedroom maneuvers, as they say, or it might get into relationships, or it might get into health things. So if you're not afraid to talk of such matters, it can actually be quite an uplifting topic if it's done the right way. Because I mean, quite frankly, procreation is one of the human urges that you don't have to think about. It's just one of those. So if you are somebody that can be confident to do that, man or woman, join up, please.
Yep. Contact more. Email airwaykingdomnetwork@gmail.com.
airwaykingdomnetwork@gmail.com, or come to our Facebook group and send us a message.
Yep. We'll get back to you either way, but we'd love to have someone if you're interested. Hit us up today. Also, we have maybe you have, I'll just give a light spiel, I'll let you get more into it, but maybe you have some interesting business ventures. Maybe you wrote a book, maybe you have a small independent business, but I want to make sure I get the right one. I think it's this one here, right?
Yeah, what we're looking for are people that have interesting stories, something to promote, something that would be uplifting, and come on and be a guest. It's great exposure. It's great the way to make connections, and it's a good way to have our content appeal to a wide audience. But we're not looking for people looking to convert people religious-wise. We're not looking to deal with Bitcoin or real estate services. We're looking about things that, quite frankly, if you are listening, you would want to keep listening to. So give us a buzz at airwaykingdomnetwork@gmail.com. And we have gotten a whole lot of interest, and we literally read every single email.
Yeah. Which is why if you don't get a response back, you will. It just takes a minute till we sort through everything. So
every day we're literally getting 10 to 15. So
give
we're trying
or take.
We're trying to set out a schedule and contact those. So if you have and you haven't heard, it's there. It's in the queue.
Just be patient. We'll get to you. Don't worry. We will reach out. Just again, timing is everything and getting everything organized. So we will reach out there. There's that. And lastly, most importantly too, we don't talk about this enough. We shared this before, but if you're interested, you like the content, if you really want to help us out, we could use that. We also have this category here, which we're looking for as well.
Yeah. If you're somebody that has a company that would like exposure on a broader scale, if you are not wanting to be named, but you want to be an anonymous donor, if you have professional connections that we could collaborate together, please reach out at airwaykingdomnetwork@gmail.com. We are very reasonable. We are easy to talk to, and we can work around schedules or languages or any other kind of things that you want to discuss. So give us a shout.
Reach out today. There you go. And in case you guys didn't know, we didn't have a chance to announce this across. I should have announced it more so, which is kind of last minute coordination. We did not. There was no new episode of Take a Hit podcast due to Big Hoss ailing tonight. We're going to try to get back with that next week. We also have Pod Squares coming back next week as well. So we'll be back to a fuller lineup. It's just been one of those.
And the other thing we can mention, if anybody watching wants to participate in one of our shows, let us know.
Yeah, for sure. We're always looking to have people come on, so don't be shy.
As long as I was going to say, as long as you're appropriate. When am I ever appropriate? So as long as you're willing to have fun, come and join.
Yeah, as long as it's entertaining, and we have that's the main key part. But yeah, absolutely, we always love to have guests and people come on and just hang out with us and have fun. So there's opportunities for that as well. But we'll be back to a full roster for that next week. Again, we're working on some projects. We'll get you guys updated more on this weekend. Tomorrow night or tonight technically now, it's just past midnight. We have the Three Amigos podcast, which will be out. New episode tonight. I think I have the promo poster. I don't think I do have that here. Do I have it here? I should. We have that coming up. Oh, we'll use this slash. It's not tonight, but we have another challenge coming up. In case you guys don't know, time is to be determined. We're going to figure this out this week, hopefully weekend. But a new challenge has arisen, and I hope you guys will be prepared for this. Time will be TBD, but check out.
Do the lemon juice challenge. Now, I don't know that there's a quote unquote lemon juice challenge that had been done before, but we were kind of just spitballing ideas. And if anybody's ever used that cooking level lemon juice, we're not talking about lemonade. We're talking about
no.
This will put a pucker in your step. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, this is more pure, squeezed, unadulterated, no sugar, no nothing. This is like squeezing the lemon juice right off the lemon, basically.
Like the stuff you use if you're making lemon meringue pie. That's the stuff we'll be using, not the one you'd get in the store for kids.
No. This is full unadulterated, unrated. This is going full foobar.
This isn't Sunny Delight version.
No, not in the slightest. This is a full bar. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be awesome. We'll give you guys updates when we have a date that's coming soon. But make sure you like and subscribe here for more great content. Follow us. You get updated for more information as well. But there you go. There you have it. We'll see you guys. Hopefully, we expect to see you there tonight at Three Amigos.
And if you like what I have to say, check out music, movies, sports, and stuff. Found on all your podcatchers. Less than 2 hours of thrill a minute, in very in-depth, very serious, not. But I do take pride in the research that I do. So if you enjoy any of those topics, please check me out.
Now, what we're going to do, and I volunteered, I know, Bill, we talked about this too. We could either do audio or we could do video, whatever. Bill wants to try something new. We're going to schedule an episode whenever you do it at some point. You want to practice your interviewing skills. So I have volunteered to come on as the guest. I'm actually going to be the one who's going to be talked to instead of having to talk with and talk to. But we're going to try to experiment and bridge it out. So this is a new step for MMM.
I've done a few interviews in the past, but quite frankly, it's been a while. So
this is just kind of kicking the rust off. You want to kind of dust your cleats off and get back in.
It's like last year I was teaching my daughter to my wife actually did most of it. I was there for moral support.
I figured, yeah.
Teaching my daughter Ella to ride a bike.
There you go.
And I had literally not been on a bike in 35 years. Other than an exercise, I'd been on exercise bikes, but not one with two wheels that you use on the road. So it was like I knew how to do it, but the rust, turning around corners, making sure your pedal doesn't scrape against the curb.
Have you really been on the exercise bike, though? Have you really?
Oh, no, I have.
Okay. All right. I want a doctor's note, but okay.
Not so much anymore because what I tend to do for exercise now is I just do a shitload of walking. I love walking. Okay. I can walk for 2 hours.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
All I need to do is pop in a nice podcast like Three Amigos or What's Up, Bro, and just give me. You know where I like walking? This may sound morbid. I love walking in cemeteries.
So do I.
And it's not because of the spook factor. It's because they're well maintained, they're quiet, and you can just walk around and literally learn about the people in your neighborhood and who has passed. Just walk. Do
you want to honestly what I do more so? I've been doing this over the last couple of years. I actually take a good book and I will read in the cemetery because it's like the most peaceful place you can read and nobody bothers you. And that might sound strange, but I usually find I can get into a good book when there's just nice fresh air.
I've been there. People have done rubbings with the stones.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Like they can do, if it was their uncle's plot or something. And the other game I play is I try to play a game of what's the oldest plot I can find, because at a certain point they degrade or they get knocked down.
They're so worn down you can't even tell. Yep.
So in my local town, I think the earliest I've seen is like 1839.
Nice.
Around that.
Well, when we visit, I guess we know what we're going to be doing. Hopefully on a nice day, we'll have to take a stroll to your local cemetery and just kind of hang out. Hopefully it doesn't draw too much attention.
I can walk while I'm there and you can be there in spirit.
There you go. Well, we're definitely coming to visit. So, hey.
Oh, hey, so then let's do some kind of morbid walk of some sort.
We'll do it. We'll go live in the cemetery. We'll do it. We'll do it then.
It'll be a Night of the Living Dead.
We'll do it in black and white.
Sure.
We'll wait till the moon hits just right and it comes out, and so
Return of the Living Dead. Sorry, that's what it
it'd be like one of those. It could be either way. It could be one of those moments there, but you guys can catch it firsthand. We talked about doing some things. We're gonna try to work on some fun stuff.
If I see Linnea Quigley, I'm not staying for you.
We'll leave Big Hoss behind. We're getting out of there. So it's better for one to die than the many. So if we have to pick one, I say not it. So
I was going to say, in closing, I hope everybody has a safe next couple days. I hope that you can enjoy yourself, find the time to smell the roses. I know people have financial pressures, they have family pressures, there's mental health pressures. You know what? Just take a deep breath.
Yep.
Mental health is important. Let's be kind to each other and let's be good people.
And what better way to kick off the weekends coming up is tune in for Three Amigos. We can give you some comedic relief, and I'll help you get on the right track where you can fully relax. We'll just embarrass ourselves for your own pleasure. So there you go.
Yeah. I'm willing to make a boob of myself just to make somebody laugh.
I'm willing to show my boobs if that's what it takes. So,
I've been told not to show my boobs.
Well, then I'll do it till I get told not to do it. I don't want to, I don't have any pasties, but we'll figure something out. Come for the entertainment, stay for the laughs.
I'll put the black things, the black tape.
I'll go. This could be a bad idea. I'll go get some duct tape and cover myself real quick. That's gonna hurt coming off, but
hey, you may lose a few hairs around the nipples.
That's gonna I'll be crying the next day. It's like pulling a nose hair. That's gonna be. But if it's for the entertainment, I'll do anything. You guys know I love to entertain people, so I will give my best for you guys. So make sure you tune in. But we appreciate you guys being here.
That's what she said.
Giggity. But thank you guys for being here. We love and appreciate the support as always. Again, you guys stay tuned for more. A lot of great projects coming up. We'll keep you guys in the loop. You don't want to miss it, so make sure you like and subscribe. Follow us everywhere and anywhere. We will keep in touch with you as well. More great things coming up down the road. But happy now Friday, because it is technically Friday morning now. But we'll see you guys very soon. Have a great night. Great start to your weekend. Goodbye for now. And of course, you know it. And as always, but we say it just to remind you, until next time, when we see each and every one of you at the show. Good night, all. See you again very, very soon.
Bienvenue, arrivederci.
Sayonara, ciao, ciao, and goodbye. Get out. Good night.
Thank you for listening to the podcast. Be sure to check J&J Production Studios on Linktree for all the streaming services and social media accounts where our shows are featured. We love and appreciate all your support. And as always, until next time, we'll see you at the show.